rundown from down under. My name is Buddy Pulley, joined of course by my co-host Seth Dolby. Seth, how you doing on this Sunday after the Pocono weekend?
Um, we're going. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
get too deep into it, but we're
yeah,
going.
yeah. We are definitely going. Yeah. Sorry for my upbeat attitude. I know it's been a rough week. It's been a rough 6 days for us fans of the Giz. Um, Obviously last week a Sunday edition of the Rundown from Down Under never got posted. Well, we kind of all saw what happened.
Yeah, I didn't think we needed a
No,
full
yeah.
video for a last place finish. Like that's not
Yeah,
really.
domestic terrorist Chase Briscoe took out Shane Van Gisbergen right in front. I One day I'll release the footage. I may or may not have footage of Shane getting taken out from Chicago. One day I'll release the footage. Um, I don't think
It'll be like the
it's
big
not
drop.
it's not for the faint of heart. Let me tell you. um, but that's obviously I we told the story on the actual podcast from last week, but I'll tell it quick here. The I was obviously at Chicago. You guys know Saturday's edition. Um, I was sitting in turn six. Shane took the lead. All was well in the world. Then we had the restart and the rain and whatnot. It wasn't raining that hard in turn six or as hard as it was in other parts of the racetrack. Um, and Shane gets taken out. We do the red flag. I'm sitting there. Chase Briscoe spins in front of me. I see that. I don't see Shane get taken out. And then I'm gonna call him an arrogant prick, not for this reason, but he just was. Um, this guy that was standing adjacent to me in the GA section down in six. He goes, Shane Van Gisbergen's out, and I was like, what? No, he's not. I was like, what happened? I see this dude on the big screen in a red uniform. And it's kind of my view's kind of obstructed. I was like, why is no? Why is Shane out of his car? No. And then I realized what had happened, and then reviewed the footage and realized I had it. Um, and yeah,
Which
I
ironically kind of mirrored the experience of seeing it on TV. You see Chase Briscoe, and you're like, "Oh wow, what an idiot!" And then about 5 calendar years later, they cut to Shane Van Gisbergen out of the car, and you're like,
yeah,
"The fuck."
he stopped the sauce.
They showed the replay like 5 times before I actually realized Shane got hit. I was so confused.
just grazed like Trump's ear. Like, that was
Yeah.
that's the only assassination attempt that's happened in the past week that I give a shit about. Um, anyway, let's get off this subject. So I sat through the rain delay, um, and it was not fun. I was cold and wet, and I was not having a good time. I think I was wet and sad, which is a combination that normally doesn't go together. Um, and I considered leaving. I did not. I stuck it out, and Alex Bowman won the race. And yeah, but overall, fun weekend in Chicago for me. Shane did win the Xfinity race. Duh. So yeah, all is okay in the world. I also had
I
I
can't
had
imagine leaving something I spent $300 to be at.
well,
I can't
there
imagine
was
even thinking about it.
I'll explain later. There's some other things that were leading to that. Just
Okay.
it was a rough day. It was a rough day that really spiraled after that one. But anyway, it plus we thought the race might be over. Um, but yeah, I had a nice Wendy's meal Saturday night before the cup race and can confirm spicy nugs. They slap.
Saucy
100%.
nugs.
Saucy nugs, yes.
I mean, spicy
Um,
nugs are
they
saucy
are,
too. Do
yeah,
they still do those?
they're spicy. Okay, no, the breaded was not spicy. It's the sauce, the barbecue sauce. It had a little heat to it. I liked it. It was very good. I actually got a Wendy's gift card from Trackhouse. They recognized my fandom and sent me one, so we're about to tear up a Wendy's here soon, Seth. You be ready.
On the way to
And
Indy, buddy.
yes, sir. Anyway, moving on to this weekend. Shane had a 90% of the race was great for Shane. And then the last 10% was an absolute fucking disaster. So he finished 31st and we're upset about it. So to let us cool off a little bit, let's go through the top 10 and we'll revisit this subject. It was Cole Custer that took the victory, his first win of the season for the defending Xfinity Series champion. Justin Allgaier finished second. William Byron came home in the third position. Sheldon Creed, yet another top 5 finish. He finishes fourth. Taylor Gray, excuse me. I think he's the tall, long, and handsome one of the Gray brothers. He finished fifth. AJ Allmendinger finishes sixth. Austin Hill finished seventh. Obligatory fuck Austin Hill. Parker Kligerman came home eighth. Sammy Smith came home ninth. And thanks to Sam Mayer finished 10th. And I'll leave it at that. Shane obviously came home in the 31st position, but is atop the Xfinity Series playoff standings. So we cheer for that. Seth, what'd you think of Shane's race? Give me a quick synopsis.
I think he had a very Shane Van Gisbergen race. Ran okay for a lot of the race, and then suddenly, with like 20 to go, he's in 12th, and then
Yeah,
he ends up in 10th, and I'm like, oh my god,
going for
Shane's
ninth.
doing really good. He
Yeah.
was going for ninth, and then suddenly they cut to Shane spinning, and I'm like, that's odd. He was getting better. Why would he spin out now? And sure
Mhm.
enough, it was a very Sam Mayer moment.
It was a kamikaze mission
Yeah.
from the mayor himself. Yeah. Um, that's frustrating because like you said, it was they. He was moving up. He was steadily moving up, and then they made a great pit call that ended up kind of biting him with that caution, but it did get him some track position and got him in a position where he wasn't back there with the has been, never wases, and back in Haley Deegan land.
Wobblers.
Yeah, wobblers. Thank you. And yeah, Sam Mayer. Funny enough that this is who takes Shane out. Sam Mayer, up until you guys came into our lives and Shane came into our lives, had the most viewed video on the Big Motor Small Blade YouTube channel. We did an interview with him after an altercation he had with Ty Gibbs at Martinsville. We had no clue what we were doing. He called Ty Gibbs a pussy on camera on our channel. Maybe
No,
maybe
he
not
didn't.
on camera. He did. He called it Ty Gibbs a pussy to our face. That
Ah,
that did happen. Um, he might have been a little bit more tamed on the camera. Doesn't
yeah.
matter. So I guess that's what he's mad about and why he took Shane out is because Shane overtook him in views on the Big Motor Small Blade YouTube channel. I
Must be.
can't
Must be.
imagine any other reason why he would do such a thing.
I can imagine the reason being that he's Sam Mayer, and this is the kind of thing that Sam Mayer does on occasion.
Yeah, and this is coming from Sam Mayer Stan himself, Seth Dolby.
Yes, I'm almost as much of a Sam Mayer stan as I am not Chandler Smith. I can't stand that motherfucker. Fucking Sheldon Creed.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but it is kind of funny. Like, I like 3 Xfinity drivers, and 2 of them are complete nutsacks in their own way, but I still love them. And then there's Shane.
they're pretty big nut sacks, and they're probably on. And that's fitting
Yeah,
considering your other driver's saying, because I would imagine bro's got a yeah.
probably. I'm just guessing.
All right. All right, got a penis reference on the fucking rundown from down under.
All right, got Buddy explaining the joke on the rundown from Down
That's
Under.
right. That's right. Oh, I gotta explain the joke, not because I don't think you guys get it, it's because I gotta work through it myself.
Buddy's like, I know
We
that
are
this is
your
supposed to
favorite.
be.
We are your favorite dumb Americans. Don't you ever forget that.
Buddy knows that things are supposed to be funny. He just has to think about why they're funny for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah. Um, anyway, enough about Shane's Down Under. Yeah, no, it's In all seriousness, yeah, it was just frustrating, dude. It's like, come on. Sam's a good driver. And we thought we had moved past this. It's kind of like the Carson Hocevar thing. Like Carson Hocevar had been better in the Cup Series and then started kind of has gone back to his old ways. And it's like Sam Mayer, he got the win last year, got however many wins, 3, 4 wins.
4.
Yeah, last year. He's won twice now this year. And it seems like he was coming into his own right. And then and I don't know. You might look at this and think, maybe we don't need to do a whole back history on fucking Sam Mayer and but I mean, it's just this was really dumb. Like how far into the corner do you need to drive it, my dude? like
Yeah, I mean, he said that he had some brake fade and that he didn't account for that properly, and he said it was his fault, obviously. But so,
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't malicious.
no,
Does it hurt Shane very much overall? Not really. Like,
no.
I mean,
I
a
mean,
little bit, but
Shane's
not
not the guy who
really.
strikes me as getting his confidence hurt by something like this.
Yeah, I mean, he's running great. I'm sure Shane's not worried about it too bad. And then also, like I said, he's banking on wins and stage wins from road courses to
Yeah,
lean on in the playoffs.
yeah. He's got one
I
more
think he's
before the
close to
playoffs
the
too.
I think he's close to 10th in standings, right? Or he was. I think he's probably fallen off
I
a
can
little
look
bit
it up if
now.
you keep
We can
talking.
look
Yeah.
that up. Um, but ultimately his playoff and everything is going to come down to whether or
He's
not he can
13th.
survive. He's 13th. Okay, so he
He
was
probably
probably a
he
bit
he
closer
probably
before
would
that.
have been, he would have been right on the cusp of the top 10
Yeah,
had he not
which if you
not
don't know, the top 10 at the end of the regular season get extra playoff points.
yeah.
But State Shane's playoffs at this point are basically, I would imagine they're banking on winning the Roval and then I don't know what they're planning on for the second round because like they've been better, like he's been getting better at ovals,
Well, I
but it
think
doesn't seem
Colleague as a team has gotten better is getting
they
better
have.
too.
They have. That's certainly true, but it does not seem like he's in a position right now to be able to point in
Yeah,
to like the final four. And even then, if he somehow did point into the final four, it's the Xfinity series. We've seen some crazy things happen.
and he finished 6th at Phoenix. Granted, that would
He
not be good
did.
enough to win the title, but
That's definitely not going to be good enough to win the
yeah,
title. Obviously, Cole Custer won the race last year, and most of the time that happens in the Xfinity
yeah,
series. I mean, it's
yeah,
less common than it is
yeah.
in the Cup series, but
But overall, I mean, obviously it would be awesome if Shane can make it that far. I don't know about you, I'm not banking on it. I think
no.
I think a top 10 points finish for Shane in his first year would be spectacular.
Yeah.
He is like we've talked about every week on here, he's far exceeded at least my expectations. And I think he's finally at the point to where well, I think he's finally at the point to where the car is better and that he is if he was a lesser driver, would be having to keep up with the car. Whereas before, I think him and the car are pretty equal. Now, I think they're still equal, but I think as the car is getting better, Shane's also getting better himself.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
um,
like I'm curious at some of these tracks he's going to go back to for the first
yeah,
time.
yeah,
That I am curious about. We'll see how that
and
changes
also the
things.
aggression level, how that changes with him once he gets more comfortable with these ovals, especially, I mean, in the playoffs, we see
Yeah.
how aggressive these guys can be. See a lot of these younger guys take each other out. Shane's not the type of guy that does that. If he can, avoid Sam Mayer at all costs, and he could just slip through at least to the second round. So you never know.
But as we've seen from Shane's last two races, it can always happen
Yeah,
when you're running great. It can
yeah,
always happen.
yeah,
So I just
definitely.
think I'm kind of at the point now where at the beginning of the season, I thought Shane getting out of the round of 12 was less likely than it is now because
Yeah,
at the beginning of the season, I was like, "Oh no, AJ Allmendinger owns the Roval." Like we called us, we the episode last year was AJ the first king of the Roval. That's because he's won a Roval race each of the last 5 seasons, Xfinity or Cup.
Yep.
And then this year, he has gotten absolutely bodied by Shane
Yeah.
in all the road course
He's taking
races.
him behind the woodshed for sure.
Yeah, I knew Shane was good. I did not know he would make AJ Allmendinger look that
And
amateur.
also, you got to think about it. There's no cup. There will be no cup drivers. There won't be the
Yeah,
Kyle Larsons or the Ty Gibbses at the Roval. And Watkins Glen is before the playoffs even start. Very, very strong possibility. Shane could have the most playoff points going into the playoffs.
it's possible.
I mean, he has the most right now.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. If the playoffs were to start today, I'm pretty. Well, no, I think Allgaier might have taken him.
Allgaier does
Like,
have 11 stage wins.
yeah. So
I still think there's a world in which Shane does not win Watkins Glen just because it's such a NASCAR race.
yes, but I think that's going to be a strong run for him
Yes.
regardless. And
I
I
mean,
think,
if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna put money on Shane anyway.
yeah,
Um, but I think that is like the one road course where there's only 2 left, but that's like the one that makes me go, maybe not,
yeah,
maybe not.
because it's not necessarily like Sonoma where the Xfinity Series had only had one other race there. Watkins Glen, the Xfinity Series, been going there for forever.
That and it's just not a technical
Yeah,
racetrack.
exactly. But
Now, if we ran the boot,
yeah, I digress.
yeah.
He did get taken out again by some wobbler. Did we ever identify who the wobbler was back there? That's a
Oh,
hard word to say. Um,
wobbler? That's a
yeah,
hard word. Wobbler.
wobbler.
See, that's how you gotta do that's the reason you think it's hard because you're adding like a whole full syllable at the end, and he just goes, some wobbler. I
I'm not
apologize for
him.
my
I'm
accent,
sorry.
but,
Yeah,
like, I do that sometimes. I've
yeah,
always done that. It's fun.
yeah,
Y'all have a fun accent. I'm just gonna say it. It's very fun.
yeah.
Anyway, back to
Um,
my dumb American accent.
yes. We don't know who the wobbler was. We will find out, and we'll post wanted posters all around the nation for him.
I mean, we can let the wobbler go because like, it's not it's not that big of a deal, really.
I'm pissed.
I mean, his race is already ruined. It don't really
Yeah.
matter.
Um. All right. On to Indianapolis. How do we think he's gonna do there?
I He ran good this week. I
He
could
ran good
totally
this
see him
week.
running well.
He's run solid at super speedways, and they're running like
Oh,
the
yeah, they
weird
are running
hybrid
that.
super speedway package.
So what, it's just the engine, but not the aero package?
I don't know. I can't. It's been so long since we ran this package. So, to inform you guys, they are running kind of a pseudo super speedway package at Indianapolis and at Michigan for the Xfinity series. Um, where
For some
essentially,
reason.
yeah, where essentially it produces exciting racing, but it doesn't. It is just kind of a little gimmicky. Um, but yeah, it's he'll definitely. I think it probably plays into his hands a little bit more than if it was just a straight up race. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, he's been decent in the
Yeah.
draft.
He has been good in the draft. And this will be different. This will be more if y'all watch the Indy 500, it'll be more like
Yes,
that than a
yes,
normal NASCAR super speedway or a regular race even. It'll be closer to that. The runs won't be as big, obviously, but um, so I could see Shane adapting to that, which is
yeah,
good because I want him to run the Indy 500 at some point.
yeah,
As well as a sprint car race and high limit.
yeah,
This needs to happen.
yeah.
Needs to
Um, yeah, I don't know. I expect a solid run for him. I
Yeah.
I think college super speedway package is good. They'll bring a good motor, and we'll go
Would
on
it
and
be
do
a
the
big
damn thing.
motor?
It better be. I don't know whether we're gonna have small blades or big blades, but I think a big
I think
motor
we have
is
small blades.
all right.
I think this is the little motor, little blade package.
This is we just need to bring a bigger motor and a little bit smaller
Yes.
blade than everybody else.
Get a
On
Hendrick
to the
engine.
video of the week. So the video of the week, pardon me for I forgot to see who submitted this, but you know who you are. I apologize for that. I will share it in the description. It was a press conference from the Newcastle 500 in 2023 where Shane took the victory, and it was same weekend that it was early in the season, or maybe it was the first race. I don't know. Do you know?
No.
Okay. Shane had made some comments early in the weekend about the new car. Obviously, you guys know better than us what the issues were and why what he didn't like about it. But and he it sounds like he caught some heat for it. Um and he proceeds to pretty much answer every question with I let my driving do the talking. Seth, we watched the whole 12-minute press conference. What'd you think about all this?
It was very, very funny. Seeing Shane super moody was really funny.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I guess to be fair, NASCAR's been like this too in the past. They're less like this now, but guys have gotten fined for complaining about cars in NASCAR before. So I guess it didn't go that far with Shane and supercars, but clearly I'm not surprised he's over here now after watching that.
Yeah, that is
Um,
interesting, especially because that's like pre coming over here.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm trying to see if I can happen to find the guy who submitted the video. Um, but yeah, just the vibe of supercar drivers is just different to me. Like, I mean, they are very they seem like they have a lot more camaraderie throughout the field than NASCAR drivers do. I mean, they're sitting there joking. The who is it, Mossert, and I don't
Chaz
remember.
Mostert.
Yeah, and the other guy. They were sitting there uh, just joking around the whole time. Shane is just on his phone twiddling his thumbs. I said it looked like Seth anytime we have a guest on the show.
It's kind of true.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It was just a funny video. It was a very funny video. I appreciate
It
your
reminded me very much. If you guys haven't seen it, go look up Kyle Busch. Everything's great.
Mhm.
Um, gave off those vibes. I'm not going to explain it. It's very
Yeah.
funny. Go
I'm just
watch.
here so I don't get fined vibes as well.
Yes. So if y'all aren't into American football, go look up Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined, or just type in
Yeah,
I'm just
you'll
here so I
find
don't
it.
get fined or
Yeah.
whatever. If you haven't seen it, you probably have and didn't know what the context was. Um, I don't know. It was a meme for a while. I don't know how meme culture translates, down under from here. I'm not really sure how that works. I assume it translates, but then again, I don't know. I never lived over there.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I just can't wait till Shane gets a little bit more comfortable and we see that side of him a little bit more. Because I mean, I've seen a couple videos. I'm sure they'll end up being videos a week later. But he's a funny fucking dude,
Yeah,
and he just got a fucking F1 car just drove by my house.
it
What
was
the
probably
hell?
just a Honda Civic, buddy.
Yeah, probably. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just a very very funny video and very I don't know, just very I thought one of the funniest parts was the guy running the press conference was like, Shane, you have journalists here. They,
Is
you
that
owe
your
them something.
Australian
I'm
accent?
not trying. Shut up,
Oh my
dude.
god.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking anyway. Um, anyway, so
Gonna what with your
he's
posh
trying to
British accent?
he's it's
I said, what are you gonna do with your posh British accent, buddy?
okay. Anyway, I thought it was funny how the dude was trying to direct the thing, and Shane was just like, "I don't give a fuck." All right, that's it. I'm done. If that's what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna get lambasted on here. Then I don't really give a shit. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's all I had. It was yeah. Submit a video of the week so I can get fucking roasted by Seth again when I try to talk about it. Yeah, great. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome stuff. I hope you guys have a
Awesome.
great I hope
Awesome.
everybody in the comments and all the viewers have a great week, except for you, Seth. Um, And make sure you subscribe. I said it last week, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can do more cool stuff. We're also trying to get to 100,000 channel views. We're very, very close to that. So maybe share with a friend. I know we're fucking dumb Americans, but I think we're fun sometimes. Clearly, you guys do a little bit. So,
They're just here for Shane.
all right, cool. I'll talk to you guys next week.